Okay, guys. Okay,
No, I don't wanna.
I'm going to try to finish a series in this video. If you know me, I am a chronic not series finisher. However, I have a different relationship with that now. Before, I used to love books so much I never wanted them to end, and now I love them so much I just need to consume every form of art, or like every single thing I can about it. Also, for this series, it is a prequel. I can't move on to the series I had initially started and then paused and then I have to come back to after the fact until I finish this. I don't want it to end because I didn't think I would love this book as much as I do, and I don't want it to end. And I'm already 30% of the way into the book and I've already cried. And I can't do it. So that series is the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac series, which is the prequel to Zodiac Academy. And if you know me, I love Zodiac Academy. It's like top 3 book series for me. Like, love it. Like, I love that series. So I knew going in I would love Ruthless Boys. I didn't think I would be like as obsessed with it as I am. So we're gonna finish it. I don't wanna. Anyway, here are some clips that I took before. It might be one clip and then where I am now. So anyway, talk to you in a minute.
Baby, you're a shooting star, you're a rising star. Name yourself in a galaxy. Don't let the others fool your mind.
You can stop recording. That's right. Okay, I am back from the Ren Fair. I've been back for a couple hours. I ended up going out with my parents. It was fun. Update. I do have a video from the Ren Fair last year, and I am still no better at archery, but I'm determined to try every year until I make a bullseye. I think the last time I updated you, I was like 40% of the way through. I think I'm like 45 maybe now. I don't know. It's a long book. It's a long book. But I actually am really tired. I'm just gonna eat dinner and then I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna update you in the morning and then we're gonna see how far we can get in this book. I like really want to get a good chunk of it done this week, maybe even finish it. Tomorrow is Sunday and it is Mother's Day. So I want to go out with my mama and I'll show you what I got her in the morning as well because I'm in a cute like little basket. But yeah, I just want to say the Ren Fair was fun. It was cute. I left my hair curly today, so yeah. Okay, I wanted to do a quick update because I feel like I'm in a race to finish this book at this point, but we'll get to that in a second. I wanted to kind of show you some cute like Ruthless Boys stuff that I have. Like I have obviously a lot of stuff. I even have Ruthless Boys merch on like my Etsy store. Well, inspired merch on my Etsy store. Oh, and I need to show you, I just made bookmarks and I'm adding them to my store. Hello? Someone's just like driving down the street backwards. I'm adding bookmarks to my Etsy store and I think on this order I have 2 Ruthless Boys inspired ones, so I'll show you those probably at the end. Look how cute this is. This is like a bookshelf, like it's like a little sign. And this came in, it's in like a subscription box I don't think I have anymore, but it was for like Aurora Academy and that's what it says, if you can see it. Can you see it though? It says like Aurora Academy. Close enough. I've had that on my bookshelf for a while next to, this is the only original copy I have of Dark Fae, or Ruthless Boys. I want to keep collecting the original covers, and then I think I saw on Amazon that it says, like when you go to like, what's it called? Other formats or whatever, that they're coming out with a new cover for these, and that sucks because I'm probably gonna wanna buy that, and there's still another special edition of these that I wanna buy. I'm running out of room on my shelf. Like, okay, I'm not even running out of room on my shelves. I have no room. My dining room table is just stacks of books because I have no room. And yet here I am. Like, one thing about the Twisted Sisters is they're gonna have good designs on their books. Like they make it so interesting and stuff. And then these are gorgeous. And I've had these longer than I've read Ruthless Boys, but I always knew I was gonna read Ruthless Boys. Knew I'd probably love it, so I went ahead and bought them when they came out. But it's these like, they're so heavy. Hold on, I have to like set them up here. Oh my gosh. Like, hello, and I don't even remember. Yeah, no. And no. I don't even know if we're gonna go through and look at all of these, but like, let me just, the whole thing, the whole thing is just absolutely insane. Oh, there's my Knox. Oh, and there's art on all, it's just so good. Okay, they're really heavy, give me a second. And that would be Ryder. Makes me nervous that Ryder's at the last book on every version. Ryder's on the last book. I'm like, what's gonna happen to my Ryder? This is, oh gosh, I'm not strong enough for this. And freaking heavy. Hold on a second, one more side to show you. It's taking the wind out of me. So cute. Okay, I am on the last book, which is Warrior Fae. I don't want to be. I know that I'm like really trying to catch up on the series that I'm on, but like I don't want to finish this. I don't. Okay, here's the only problem with this, right? I don't want to finish the series because I'm loving it, but I'm lucky to where there are so many books set in the same world where they will kind of come up, but I've grown so attached to them. Oh, hey. That it's going to be so weird for them to turn into like side characters. I kind of want to try to see where I am in... It's a big book. You can tell I've never opened these. Allegedly, I am 65% of the way through. But you know how sometimes Kindle, like when it's telling you like, oh, you have 15 minutes left in this chapter, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it just like doesn't work. And I've noticed this it's not usually the first book in a series, it's later books in the series if I'm on Kindle or something. But I turned the chapter one day, like, you know, ended the chapter, started a new one. And it was like, you know, you're 65% of the way through. And then at the bottom, it said, because one side it says 65% of the way through, the other side said 7 hours left in the book. So it stopped counting by chapter. Everything else is, according to Kindle, one more chapter. But there are chapter breaks because I like zoomed out and looked. So I have no idea. I'm going in blind every time I start a new chapter. So I kind of want to figure out where I am. The other thing about these books is they're not titled chapter like 1, 2, 3. They're titled by like people's names. Okay, I know I've read this. Okay, here, that was a lot easier than I expected. It's so weird to see this book printed because I have done the entire series on Kindle. I would like to go back and do, like, especially annotate. This is the covers of Zodiac Academy that I have. I also have these, like, really special editions over there. Ooh, that's a whole other can of worms. I am buying special editions over the course of 2 years. So I didn't buy them all in one go, but it means I have to wait and buy them over the course of 2 years. But I would like to maybe one day, I definitely want to reread this, maybe annotate it, because Zodiac Academy is the most heavily annotated book that I have, or like series, I guess. It's almost like homework to read it, and I love it, but it is a lot. I also read this chapter when I was like falling asleep last night, and this was like arguably like a huge chapter to the point where I'm like I remember what happened, but it almost felt anticlimactic because I was like half asleep. Let me tell you what chapter it is in Warrior Fae, in case anybody who's read it wants to just out of curiosity see what I was reading half asleep. Chapter 34, where it literally starts out, says, "The moment finally came when we could strike at King, and I for one was desperate to see him pay for all the bloodshed he'd caused." And I was half asleep for that. So here's where I am. Page 647. And technically, oh gosh, I just saw the word placenta. And listen, I've seen spoilers. I know that there's a kid at the end, like in like an epilogue or something. Didn't expect to see the word placenta. This is why I love these sisters, right? They have like 4 epilogues because they go like every couple of years, so you can really see. And I think so it kind of ends where Zodiac starts. But here's like obviously not the first epilogue because it says, and another 6 years later. Like they're funny. They don't take it too seriously. They make everything fun. Okay, I really don't want to see. Okay, 982. Oh my gosh, I literally do still have like 300 pages left. That's insane. I was really thinking I was a lot closer and maybe Kindle was just like kind of messed up. Here's why I feel like I'm in a rush now. So I had said the other day that I was gonna go read at the park with my friend. That fell through last week, the end of last week. Now it's the beginning of this week. And now we're gonna do that tomorrow, but I feel like the timing of it, of what I'll read today and during the day tomorrow, would time me out if I read normally to finish this series sitting at the park with my friend. I don't want to do that. I need to be alone. I need to have wine and I need to be in the dark. I can't. So I'm either going to speed read today and tomorrow during the day because we're going to the park tomorrow, like post work, or do I just pause it? No. I'm determined to finish it. Like, I'm like 6 hours and 45 minutes now from the end, 7 hours last night. Just gotta read a ton today and tomorrow. But then I'm like, what do I read at the park tomorrow? I'm not gonna want to pick up a brand new book after finishing this. I don't want to finish it, but I do because I want to see the happy little epilogue. I'm so sad that these characters. I knew I would love this book. Like, I knew I would love this book because of the sisters, the authors. But I didn't know how attached I would get. Like, I knew I would like them. I'm so sad to just not be reading about them. And like, it literally is like they could write a book every couple months and it could be kind of like BS. But this is just so fun to read that it's almost like I would use it as like, not even a palate cleanser. Like, I like legit would want to know what happened, but like I would continue to read about, like, I hope they never stop writing in this world. And I know for the past like 4 books, they've been like, this is the last one. And then they're kind of like, maybe we're gonna have a new series set in this world. So it's like, I really hope that they never stop. It's like my favorite little reality show, you know what I mean? Leave me alone. Oh, I also, back on those subscription boxes, got like, art. Can I show these? Got like art. She definitely has clothes on YouTube. She does not in this one. I got these before I had ever even, like, years and years ago, probably like when I was still on like book 1 or 2 of Zodiac, and I didn't order them. They just like coincidentally came in like a subscription box. I've been ranting for so long. I'm so sorry. I do want to talk about, I've only taken like 2 or 3 notes about this, but I do want to talk about them. Also, minor spoilers, but this is the last book in a series, so I still try to be as vague as possible. So the first thing is you kind of have a guess that it's gonna happen the whole time, but like, obviously the stars and fate play a huge part in this series, in this world and everything. But I like how in this book, obviously, the stars get kind of involved in relationships a lot more in this book, especially like alliances, enemies, the fated mates thing, all that stuff. And there's 2 people who hate each other, who are rivals. And I always kind of like, I didn't know if they had like the legitimate adversary thing where they were like fated to be enemies. I thought they just assumed that they did. Evidently, they did have that. Great. And basically that means that their fate would only be broken once one of the other, like, they were fated to like off each other, you know? So obviously something comes up and the stars get involved in that again in this book, but I like that you could sense before the stars ever got involved that they started, like, they didn't want those things anymore. So then I liked that it wasn't just the stars doing it. Like, I liked that they were making the conscious decision, like, maybe I don't want this life. You know what I mean? I really like that. And it made it just, I don't know. I started reading Zodiac Academy years ago. I don't remember the little Easter eggs that were placed from this book because I had never read this book and I didn't even know all of the like intertwinings. I already knew one person is related to very main characters in Zodiac Academy because I read one book too far in Zodiac before you were supposed to pause and go read the prequel. I totally forgot. Like, I caught on to who the prisoner was that King had because there was a little comment made at the end of Savage Fae. It was like, oh, just like your father. Called it. I was like, oh yeah, cool. Got it. I know who that's gonna be. Did not even think of who he actually was, like his name, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know who the main character of this book was gonna be related to. It just didn't click in my head. I didn't even think about it. But that's funny because I'm sure if I went back and read one of the first Zodiac Academies that would definitely be mentioned. Very like, if you know, you know. Like, I don't think it would be super obvious. But anyway, you also saw a clip earlier of me tearing up. That was because that was a beautiful scene. And I think the 2 times that I've cried in this book already, I was at work. Ironically enough, that's the last thing that I recorded, was me tearing up about that scene. And that scene is with Elise's liaison, who is turned into like a pseudo father role. Loved that. Always loved that. Really hoped that would not go bad. Then read the chapter last night and I'm really hoping that's still not the case because that makes me sad. I literally last night was like this, I was like, there is one thing that was odd. Well, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that are odd in these books. There is one thing though that I was kind of like, ooh. And I know that in this world, modesty is not really a thing. Like every fae can take the form of something else. Like there's like lion shifters, dragons, werewolves, like all that stuff. And it is very much like, oh, like we take our clothes off to shift or they'll be destroyed. We just like, can't, like it's very common for them to like throw a bag on around their wings with their shirts or, you know, all that stuff, right? But it is really setting up in this book that the series after Zodiac Academy is based on Dante's cousin or like pseudo little sister. Like I say cousin, but like literally his little sister, right? But she's 14 in this book. So she's the same age as what the Zodiac Academy main characters are now, because it happens like 5 years later. Now, I really liked the idea of the tattoo scene in the sense that once I get to Rosalie's book, I'm going to really enjoy the fact that she has that connection to Ryder. They both have the unhealable scars from their like trauma and stuff. I like that she has that. And I like that Ryder is going to be connected to that. Like my heart is going to love that he is so connected in that story because of that. However, she had to take her clothes off for that. I'm like, she's 14. And again, I know in the story, everyone does it. Like they don't even blink an eye when all these like children and young teenagers just strip to transform. Still a bit weird. Like I understand that's what happens because they describe it when they're talking about people that are of age transforming. So like, you know, in the back of your head, like, oh, people that are not of age are probably doing this. But then when it's like right in front of you, I'm like, that's gross. Not that I was ever questioning it because again, I have read Zodiac Academy. Lionel Acrux. The things I would do. And not in a good way. That could have been like a oh, and I totally forgot about the Clara Orion situation with him, and you like fully see it in this book, and I'm like, ew, evil man. I've been talking for almost 20 minutes, so I'm gonna go. We'll see how far I get. I'll update you when I get home or something. I'm so sorry for yapping so long. I'm gonna hate myself for editing this. Okay, funny story. I am home from work. I'm home from work, and I have a little over 2 hours left in the book. I read all day. Like, I also came home, and the bookmarks that I made and ordered like 4 days ago are already here, and I didn't think they were gonna get here till the end of the month. So we're gonna look at those because I have 2 Ruthless Boys really quick. Here is one of the Ruthless Boys. It's an Elise inspired bookmark. Cute. I love this one. I love all of them. And like I said, I designed 20. I think I finished 20 and then I have a couple more in progress. This is the other Ruthless Boys. It's all of like the main characters, their star signs, and their forms. And I did it in lilac for Elise's hair. And then the other 2 that I got 5 bookmarks. Okay, well I did one for this. I did 2 summer ones. I have this mermaid one with starfish and bubbles and all that stuff. Love it, love it, love it. I'm so dreading finishing this book, okay? This one is like one of my favorites that I did. It's gonna look white on camera, I think, but it is really pale blue and then navy blue. But it's another summer one. Cute. I can't believe like I finally have bookmarks for my store. That's so funny. Because I've wanted to do this forever. Even my therapist was like, girl, sell some bookmarks. What are you doing? And I was like, girl, I don't know how. And then this one, I had to try to describe to my mom the significance of what the 13 was, and I started crying. And they all have front and backs. But I hand placed all of the dragons, and all of the dragons are different, by the way. Focus, please. Like, all of the dragons are different. I love these, and I have so many more that I did. If you have any ideas, like, comment them, please. This is like my new like pastime. It was like, I don't know, it was just another creative outlet, and it really like, I had a lot of fun doing it. So there's that. Now, where we are in the book, we are, Elise is now full of power, if that makes sense. And we're about to get actual answers this time, I think, about Gareth, like what happened to him. And I figured like I should record now, like I feel like I'm gonna cry. So we're gonna do
It's a place where I can keep you safe, turning back the hands of time.
I'm at a different part now, by the way.
One by one we
Still including Gareth, but different part.
dream
I cannot believe that I finished this series. That's crazy. I'm so happy that I finished it because I'm like, I feel accomplished, but I'm sad because, and I know I've said it 10 times, like through this video and other videos, but like, I knew I would like these books because I love the Twisted Sisters and I love Zodiac Academy. I love their style of writing. Like, it's just a fun time. I knew I would really like these books. I knew that I would probably love these books, but like, there's a difference between knowing going in you're gonna like it and then when you're done and it's like, I miss these characters. Like, I haven't stopped thinking about them. And I finished I mean, it's been days now and this video's been edited and I just needed to film the outro, I guess. It's been days and I missed them. And I don't want to rush through Zodiac Academy, but I am excited to see their appearances and I am so excited for Darkmoor.
What are you sniffing? What are you sniffing? Get away from my slippers, you freak.
I don't want to say too much. Obviously, I don't want to spoil anything about the books. I did, like I said, this was the last book in the series. And like, there was like, again, I read it on my Kindle, but there was like an hour-long like epilogue because there was like 4 different epilogues over the course of different chapters. Like, it spanned over like a couple months later and then like 3 years later, 9 years later, and then it jumped like all the way like 17 years later. But like, I feel like those epilogues were for people that were really just like happy with like the books that feel attached. I know not everybody's gonna care about. I literally saw reviews that were like, yeah, these were pointless, and I'm like, they weren't to me. I loved them. So, spoiler alert, it was really fun getting to see them be parents. And of course, Elise would be such a cool mom. Like, she'd be like, why are you guys being so crazy right now? Like, imagine having 4 dads. Like, and dads like that. And speaking of the epilogue, I want, even if it's just a short story, I want a story about the daughter and her Elasian mate. I want it. Petition. It's bittersweet. I'm really happy that it's over, but I am going to miss them a lot. And I definitely will reread it one day, but it's going to be so weird going back to the beginning because obviously what you know now, but maybe I'll make myself wait to reread it until I've like literally read all of Zodiac and Darkmoor, and then I'll probably let myself go back. It'll probably be a little bit. But yeah, I think I gave you most of my updates while I was reading, but I'm sad. I've been sad for days about this. I have to keep making merch for this. Like, I'm so... Ah! It also makes, like, listen, I knew Orion's backstory was sad. It makes it so much sadder, like getting to read it and know what was taken away from him. And I love Orion. Orion has like the first time, like, you know how Rhysand made people feel? Like, I was there, I love Rhysand. Like, I literally want a tattoo that says Rhysand. Maybe not that, but like maybe dedicated to him. Okay, maybe I'm crazy. Orion was the first character that I was ever like, ooh, we got some competition over here. So I love Orion so much. I'm so excited to now jump back into Zodiac Academy and terrified. Keep in mind where I've left off. You know what? Never mind. We're not even going to get into that. I've left off on like one of the biggest cliffhangers of that series and then literally not read Zodiac Academy for probably a couple years. I started it a couple months ago and then paused because I was like, let me read Ruthless Boys. You know, let me start doing it. So I literally haven't picked up a Zodiac Academy in like a long time. And that's crazy. And I left off at, I'm on Cursed Fates now. And for those of you that have read it, imagine waiting years. And I kind of just want to go pick it up right now, but I can't because I can't. I did read like, I don't think I read a full 100 pages, but I did start that book. And I think this was like a huge transitional book for like, why am I talking about this? This isn't even about this book. Maybe I will record next time I pick up Zodiac Academy. I don't know. Anyway, all of this to say, hey, I love this book, which, big shocker, I'm the easiest person to please when I read books. And you know what? I love that about myself. I like that I am easily entertained by books because it makes it so much fun. Like, I'd hate to like have a 50-50 chance of enjoying my hobby or like really hating it. So I'm glad that I'm easily pleased. Overall, about the book. Listen, I don't take stuff too seriously. if you want to have a good time, a fun time, a messy time, and then like so like unknowingly get attached and then almost get your heart ripped out, you would love any of the books written by these sisters. Ah!
Do you come say hi to my video? Let me say, 5 out of 5 claws.
Oh, we gotta wash these claws. Okay. We're gonna go wash those. Yeah, so. Okay, bye. I love the series. Okay, bye.